Welcome to the biggest show in the world, Sports Bettors TV.
The biggest show in the world is back. What's going on, people? How is everybody doing out there? All our fans, all our family, the hashtag SBTV Nation right at you, in your face, all the time on Saturday. It's the weekend, and I got my man, the evil genius of Major League Baseball, sitting on the line talking to me today. Dr. Dan, what is going on, my brother?
What is going on, kid? Yeah, hey, it's been a crazy opening week. We've had some bullpens blow some things, do some things, but going into last night, kid, we were 15-14 on our money lines on the week. 2-0 in the two-team parlays, and 0-1 in some of the crazier three-team parlays. And just a note on that, guys, I'm never telling you to tell me on these crazy parlays. I throw them out there because I'm just open and honest. You see what I'm doing. You take what you want. But last night was a little tough, more on the soul than anything. I mean, I was up till 2 in the morning watching that crazy 7-hour Yankee Red Sox game, hoping to get to 4 and 6 on the day. But we did. So so far in the week, we're 19-20 on the money line, which is not good. 1-1 on over and unders, but 2-0 in two big two-team parlays. So we're actually right at 500 going into this Saturday slate of games. Anybody who knows me hopes that we can get that number up to 55, 57%. But as long as we're winning, I don't think we can be complaining.
No, sir. And just so you know, well, while you're doing that and you're figuring out the baseball, dude, it is the first week, so you don't really know what these teams are going to come out. You know what I'm saying? Eventually over the long haul, you probably got a better idea as far as futures are concerned. But right now, you got to. I mean, who would know that the Brew Crew was going to be 0-4?
Oh, that is probably my. There's a couple big shockers. Obviously, the Brew Crew 0-4 and losing that game last night. And now the shocker I had last night, 100%. Was the White Sox dropping that game to the Twins, okay? If the White Sox start off 0-3, look, hey, everybody knew that I thought the White Sox were a pretender. Every time I heard one of these so-called analysts on MLB TV or ESPN say, oh, they could go to the World Series, I just laughed. That offense is pathetically pitiful, man. It's brutal.
Yes, sir.
I mean, they can't score, and then, you have some weird things like the Braves starting out hot. Look, guys, I know what you're saying. I have a lot of people hit me up. Oh, you misjudged us. We're like 4 or 5 games in, guys.
Yeah, you got 162 games left, kid. Well, you know what? While you're doing that and figuring out the baseball, I can tell you a sport that is not being figured out because the Dream and I swept the board in the NBAs, kid.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah, in the bank, baby.
Yeah, definitely. I actually had somebody, I flashed a, here's funny, dude. I have to acknowledge this. But I do my stuff on Capper Tech, and, it's like a third-party documentation site. I mean, not only do I document my plays by spitting them out on air every single day, 7 days a week in 179 countries, but to back myself up a little bit, I said, let me go on a documentation site as well. And I'm up 53 units in 14 days, by the way. But
that's the way I like to hear
but,
it.
You know what I'm saying? But this dude's like, oh, it's a scam. I'm like, dude, shut up.
No, here's the thing. You come to sportsbetterstv.com. When you get to the homepage, you see a little plus sign. Go to Dr. Dan's Clinic. Because I post every single play that I make. I update every single play that I make. I do not care. If I win, lose, or draw, you will know about it. Look, I'm a gambler. I love the game of baseball. I did very well at it last year, but with all sports, hey, we are transparent. I don't care what anybody says. People want to call me out, fine. Come to the website. I'm not editing things. I'm not taking away plays. You know what I mean, guys? So you want to call us fake? That's good for you. Keep feeding your ego, baby.
You got
ego why you're so bad.
Free scam. Guys, we're scamming everybody out there, just so you know.
For free money.
It's all free. But there's a scam.
My boy investing his own money into doing something for free for a nation, but it's a scam.
Guys, if you have any idea how much money I have invested in the biggest show in the world, let me tell you something. It's probably bigger than a year's salary for most people. So,
dude, we're like a reverse Ponzi scheme, and Rob is just getting murdered.
The reverse Ponzi scheme. I love it.
But one thing I want to throw out there too is we've done a bunch of Masters talk recently. Right in the swing of this. And, I've gone back and forth with a couple guys on hedging in general, and I'm always willing to take hedging questions. But, and I hope this dude doesn't mind. I'm not going to throw his name out there because, just don't know if he wants it out there like that. But we had a dude asking about hedging. He has Spieth to win the Masters, which was like a $30 play to win 300, and talking about, hey, the field's at plus 180. Do I take it? Yes, you take it. And here's why, guys, and I'm not trying to educate people, but we do have new gamblers that listen to the show. If you can anytime, especially in golf, which is so volatile, you got 2 days left of golf, and it's a 5-stroke lead. Those have been blown. Look, guys have blown 3-stroke leads with like 3 holes left to go, 5-stroke leads with a day left. Plus 180, you can't lose money. Wouldn't you rather kick back, have a couple drinks, and know you're winning?
Absolutely, man. And I actually sent them a arbitrage calculator. What an arbitrage calculator is, guys, is it'll calculate the amount of money that you need to do to hedge. Yeah. So, feel free to hit me up on a DM. I'll be more than happy to send you, some samples of some. So what you do is, like, let's say your bet one would be plus 300. So it asks you what bet 2 would be at the odds. So you plug in the odds, and it'll tell you what bet 2 would be. So it basically gives you the max amount of profit in a hedge situation. And hedging is where you have basically a team that's going to pay you money at the end of the day, or a player or whatever. And what you're doing is basically you're betting the other way to back yourself up for guaranteed profit. I know most of you guys who have been listening to the show know what that is and know what that means. But for all the newbies out there, hedging is to get guaranteed money at the end of the day. So, real quick, Dan.
And I just want to pop into that real quick because baseball, a lot of people are saying they don't like hedging in baseball. But here's the thing with baseball, guys. You can get some great hedges on even 2-team parlays. If you win that first leg, let's say your 2-team parlay pays out plus 150, and the second leg of that was the bigger favorite. If you pop money on that dog, you can at least protect your initial investment, guys, almost all the time. Baseball is perfect for that. And, I know a lot of guys played a 4-team parlay. That was a personal play of mine that people jumped on anyway. We hit the first 3 legs. We ended up, hedging the other way for the 4th leg. And thank God we did, because we needed that to get paid out.
Yes.
So definitely good hedging potential in baseball with even 2-team parlays.
Absolutely, dude. So, and what I did, Dan, the other day, I mean, even though the Tigers finished out the game, they were up, I want to say it was 5-0, right? And I had them on a money line, and the money line was only like minus 160 or something like that. And I was thinking about their bullpen. How historically, over the last 18 months or whatever, they've just blown games. So I say, you know what? I said to myself, you know what? Let me get the Minnesota Twins on a plus 1250 money line for a few dollars, just in case the bullpen blows me up. And you know what? So then now I'm done watching the game, dude. I'm done. Because I already won money regardless. You know what I'm saying? So definitely something, guys. And, like I said, I mean, we're very busy. We have very busy lives and all that. But if there's people that I can help out there, hey, hit me up on Twitter. Hit me up on an email, sportsbetterstv@gmail.com. I'll be more than happy to answer any questions I have, time permitting. I mean, I have a very busy...
same way. And, Hatter, you definitely are. My thing is, guys, I do get a ton of questions now that MLB has started. I'm trying to get to y'all. And I got a few cats that literally will hit me up like 20 times a day. Look, guys, there's just no way I can really respond to that. And it doesn't help me answer your important questions when I got to sift through, 30 lines of other stuff to go through. I apologize for that, but like I said, I'm a working stiff. There's so much time in the day.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, I'd like to shout out everybody that's retweeting the show right now. First of all, I got Jonesy out there. What's going on, buddy? How you doing out there today? I got Marco Spagnola. I got Sports Attacks. I got It Be Ez. I've got Blunt Master. I got BU. I got Bengal SBT. What is going on? I got the real deal, yo. I got JC, hashtag SBTV Nation, Mario Martinez, Tip Talker. I got AZ Wildcat 83. Let's see who else I got. I got my man Sir Mata is out there this morning. I got Snoopy Bets. I got the Direct Sports Solutions. I got Inside the Bets. I've got Sean Harnish. I've got Spot Bet, Mo Diggs, Joe Zippy, Bada, Flocka. Let's see who else. I'm doing it on the phone today, guys, so we don't have any issues with the computer. Got my man Straight Bet Talk is out there talking about a little bit of golf. Rocking and rolling, Dan.
Yeah, yo, and if I could just get 2 seconds, because a lot of people lately are asking me, yo, you take so many games. Can't you just rank these games? Give me your 5-star locks. And, you know, that's just not my style.
You know
guys.
Dan doesn't do that, guys.
No, it's just, here's my style. It's not even because I go pedal to the metal. I know a lot of you guys out there, you love playing your 1 or 2 plays a day or even, you know, every other day for big loot. I go for law of averages. So I used to play 1 or 2 plays a day for big loot, and I was losing money. And then I realized, especially with baseball, because the baseball thing is, man, anybody has a chance to win on any day. You know, this isn't Jacksonville Jaguars coming into the Denver Broncos, you know, which you know is going to be an annihilation, and you're just like, oh, how many points is it going to be? You know, there's nothing like that really in baseball, especially at this point in the season. You know, so I play a lot of games for the law of averages. You know, my goal is to go, you know, 5-4, 6-5, 6-5, and have those, you know, days where I'm just 1, 2, 3 over 500, and then have a couple days, you know, every year where I'm 6-0, 7-0, you know, which definitely happened last year. That is how I play. Look, I'm not telling anybody to follow my style, to ride what I do, to take all the games that I take. But that's why I do it. I've had like 20 cats ask me, why you take so many games? Can't you rank them for me? I take more bets for less overall dollars per unit, guys. It's just how I roll.
It's just how you roll, baby. That's it. Big ups to Alejandro out there. Got Anders, Welsh, and Elvin XL. Hashtag SBTV Nation. Kid. All right. So we got the weekend, guys. Listen, this is our show for the weekend. I will be off the map tomorrow. I am going out and drinking my face off tonight, kid. It's my birthday celebration. My bride is bringing me out.
Oh, yeah.
I'm doing the birthday party next week on the show, next Friday, but my bride is taking me out to Pasha, New York. The club stays open till like 8 in the morning, dude. So, you know, maybe I'll shoot a couple of videos and post them on Twitter about, you know, how I'm killing it out there or whatnot. My man Irvin was nice enough. He's from New York. He said he wants to meet up with me and get me a drink and knock a few back with me. So I'm going to be meeting up with him. He's one of the biggest supporters of the biggest show in the world. So I'm looking forward to that. And, dude, rocking and rolling next week, man. We have NHL playoffs, bro. Okay?
Yep.
Start Wednesday night, and I am getting the First Lady, the Fake Fam, and the Total Sports Edge on the show for a monumental show, kid. Can't wait for that. Then on Friday, I'm doing my birthday bash, and I'm getting Crush the Bookie that's going to call in for a few minutes. And I'm doing a little bit more stuff to see who wants to, you know, be associated with the Mad Hatter on Friday because I'm already going to have my my booze. I don't know if I'm going to start drinking mimosas in the morning or Bailey's and coffee. I'm not sure yet.
Dude, I'm thinking, you know, hey, it's your birthday. Get yourself some champagne, kid.
Yeah, little mimosas. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You know, I like a good mimosa in the morning. Helps clear the throat out to do the radio. You know, then you just switch on maybe a little amaretto, a little Bailey's in the coffee. You want to spice it up a notch, throw a shot of Jameson in there too.
Oh yeah, my man Bluntmaster's birthday is the day before mine on the 16th. So big ups to Irvin and Gruff, by the way, as well, kid. And then the next dude, a week from today, NBA playoffs.
I know.
Bang!
Yeah, I mean, I'll be tailing people. I love series plays for the NBA, the NHL. You know, I've been watching a lot more of, you know, I've been into NHL in years past. It's just, there's so much, and college basketball took over everything for me this year. But, no, yeah, I can't wait to hear, you know, what all the Fake Fam, hockey fans got going on. Guys, Total Sports Edge, First Lady NHL, Hockey Immortal. Those are the cats you got to listen to because they've made me a lot of money. And look, I know the Rangers. That's about it when it comes to NHL.
Definitely, and we'll see what ends up happening, man. I mean, there's still a lot of teams trying to get in here, so we got to kind of break the whole package down.
I was looking at the Pacers' future last night.
Dude, I'm telling you, that's not a bad play.
I like the Pacers' future because I think they get in, and dude, I mean, Paul George, it's unbelievable.
Yes.
Like to come back and just be a man-child again.
We hit the Pacers last night, kid. We hit, we're not going to go through the scores, guys, but we hit the Pacers. I ended up getting on the Brooklyn Nets, dude. We had Lake Show to close the night out. I think they won by 11. We were only given 5 there. I forgot what else we had, dude, off the top of my brain. I gotta go back and look at it. But we had the Milwaukee Bucks on a money line. The Indiana Pacers, I already said. Dude, it was great, man. The NBA just kind of fell right last night, so I was happy about that.
Yeah, I'm looking at this right now, and I think you can get Indiana for like a crazy number to win the East.
Yes. All right. Cool.
I think it's plus 15,000.
All right.
And I don't know, man. I just see that as a potential matchup problem. I mean, Cleveland obviously they got your boy. But there's just something about that team that I feel like they're not going to do well in the playoffs.
You know something, man? I don't want to say that, Dan. I think my boy will be fine. It's just that right now, you're getting about. It depends on what he wants to do. When they come down the court on attack mode, you're getting anywhere from a 30 to 80% effort out of him. He's just kind of standing around, he's got the headband off now, so, he's just kind of chilling and, hanging out at the corner of the court, just trying to get everybody else involved, trying to kind of read the team and see, everybody's strengths and weaknesses. I mean, you could just tell. I mean, look at his performance last night. He only had 17 points or something like that, trying to get Kevin Love involved a little bit, passing the ball around. We had no Kyrie. So he's just playing a little possum right now,
and
dude.
If it was anybody but LeBron, I'd be like, I don't like that because I feel like, hey, you're going to just turn it back on when it comes to money time. But LeBron will just turn it back on very easily. So, hey, I hear what you're saying. I also think, the Hawks going off, I think at like 3.5 to 1, you can get it at. I mean, to win the conference, I like that too.
Yeah, definitely, because they're pretty good, man. So the record for myself over the last 14 days, and this does not include any of hedging out of the losses, is 23-15 right now that I'm rocking on the Capertech site. So 61% ain't so bad. Not bad.
Dude, here's the thing. A lot of guys want to throw out there, and I see this especially recently, like, I'm 26-4 on my MLB plays. And it's like, I've never seen you post a play in my life. Like, where are all these plays coming from? Like, 26-4. Dude, I'm sorry. And I just, I know we harp on this a lot, but just, guys, before you tell anybody, do your research. I have people hit me up like, I know some legit dudes. Obviously, Hatter knows some legit dudes that will not BS you. Check Capertech, guys. Look, there's a way to game any system, but like the most legit dudes are all on Capertech. If you feel the need to go that route. Hey guys, you want to be 60% is dope. If you can keep that up for a whole season, especially in MLB, that's winning, a ton of money, depending on what your units are. If you win 10%, if you go 60-40 through a whole MLB season, you just won like 90 money line plays versus losing 70. So you're, depending on what your units are, guys, I mean, you're in some serious loot.
Depending on the juice too, though. You know what I mean? If you're taking minus 200, favorites, then you could be probably even at that point. You know what I'm saying? So you got to really look at it.
Possibility, and yes, you can have cats. Like always look at the units 1, 2, especially with the wins, losses. If you're looking at the stuff on Sports Better TV on me, unless otherwise noted, and it hasn't happened yet, everything is to win one unit for me. So let's say your one unit is $100. and it's minus 110. That means I'm wagering 110 to win 100. Whatever it takes. If it's minus 130, I'm hitting it up for 130 to win 100. Just so you guys know, if I put an extra unit on something, I will always let you know.
All day, man. I got, let me just take a look at it, guys. I'm doing this from my phone, so I don't slow down my computer. So I'm looking at Twitter right now. Let's see, I got my man Buster Carr out there, loving the Chubb Rock that I was just playing. My man Elvin XL is saying Indiana has the worst schedule that he's seen of the team, so that's pretty interesting. So maybe the future ain't so bad on them. You got James Harrelson, hashtag SBTV out there. Got KD. I got P for Prez. Let's see who else. I got Mr. September. What is going on? Good morning to ya. All right. All right, dude. So, Dan, we're gonna start with baseball, dude.
I'm right.
We're going to start with baseball for you because you know what? That's your thing, and I feel like that's what we need to start with. And because the NBA it's a light slate. You got, I want to say there's 5 games or whatever, but do you have pitchers listed?
I do have all the pitchers listed, and guys, check out the website. I will post these plays every day that I'm not on the air. I'm going to try and do a small breakdown on all my plays. For those who saw it yesterday, and I know a lot of people are sending it out to their boys because I've gotten a lot more hits on that website page than people are tweeting out. So thank you all. It's great. Spread the word. Spread the word to everybody.
Absolutely, man. All right, so we got the Boston Red Sox coming into the New York Stanks, and the line is anywhere pretty much even, minus 103, minus 101. So you're pretty much even money all across the board. Under over is 8. Who do you got pitching, Dan, and what's your breakdown?
So Boston, we got Kelly for the Yankees. We got Warren. None have pitched a game yet this year. And here's my breakdown. And I put this play in, I think, at 2 in the morning, right before the last out of the game that just ended. The over-under number was at 8.5 last night. It's already dropped to 8. I'm all over the under at 8.5. I still feel comfortable about it at 8 if you didn't take it yet. Here's why, guys. I mean, they played 19 innings last night. Most of those position players were in for 19 innings. If you tell me they gotta come out and play a 105 game. So these guys went out, they probably got a bite to eat after the game. You're talking about guys that probably didn't fall asleep till, 4 in the morning, 4:30 in the morning. They gotta be up to get to the ballpark at 9 a.m. or 10 a.m. Maybe today coach will be nice and be like, come in at 11. We're not doing BP. But that's another reason to take the under all over it.
So let me ask you something. So the starting pitchers of the day, did they hang around and sit there and watch that game the whole time?
No.
Okay.
Those starting pitchers definitely got sent home. So here's the thing. I don't really like Kelly as a pitcher. I don't really like Warren as a pitcher. But they got sent home early. They got their nice, 40 winks, and they're going to come out, and I think they're going to dominate lineups tonight or today, this afternoon.
Yeah, man. 12 o'clock.
I mean, seriously, these guys went out and had their dinner at a normal time. Maybe they stayed in the ballpark till 10 o'clock. But once that 10th inning got started, I guarantee you the manager's like, send them home, send them back to the hotel, get your dinner, and Joe Kelly has done. Last year was not a good year, and, there were some injury concerns and things like that. But the year before, Joe Kelly in 2013 had a 2.69 ERA, guys. Granted, he's not a workhorse, but I think he gets it done against a Yankees lineup that looks really bad right now. I mean, yeah, they got some clutch home runs yesterday, but they still will not produce on an everyday level. And I think the Red Sox, again, another tired team. I'm looking at like a 3-1 game here, one way or the other.
Really?
I
Okay.
really believe it.
Okay.
I might even look for an adjusted underline if I can find it.
Okay.
I just, hey, look, coming off playing baseball, I know what it's like. Like, I had to play a 14-inning game, and this is against, scrubs. And then I had to come back the next morning at 9 a.m. and play a game. Dude, you can barely lift your bat over your shoulders. I know these guys are professional athletes, but no one's used to playing 2 games in one, and that's what happened last night.
No, right, exactly. All right, man. You know what? That makes a lot of sense, Dan, that play.
Right on.
That makes a lot of sense with the under. And we were doing that a little bit last year and being successful with it. So big ups to my man Dollar Dazer here. What is going on, player? And big ups to my man Crush the Bookie for sending out our flyers, man. We appreciate it. He gets like 100 retweets in like an hour, dude, this dude. Big ups to him on doing his show every single day, 7 days a week for like 840 straight days, man. He doesn't take any days off, this cat.
He's like you.
Yeah. Oh, man. All right. Just looking at my boy Sean's breakdown here. He's saying 12 Yankees stayed at the clubhouse last night. Interesting stuff. Okay, so the next one.
No, I get that, but you're talking about guys that hung back, and I'm not saying that's wrong. But the guys that hung back are not your everyday starter. So, are you gonna come out there? I'm really curious to see what the lineup looks like today. I think it's gonna be really, really strange.
Okay, next one we got on the ticket. We got the St. Louis Cardinals at the Cincinnati Reds, and Cincinnati Reds are minus 123. St. Louis is plus 116 with an under over of 6.5. Just looking at the line, just let me just dissect this in my brain. Is my boy Cueto pitching, Dan?
Oh, yeah.
Dude, all I had to do was look at the line to know that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, dude, I love this game right here. This is one of my favorite games of the day. I know, hey, I don't really do that, but Cincinnati, so I'm popping on them at minus 130. I was able to do that last night. I think that line has changed a little bit. Do you have the lineup, kid?
Minus 123, bro.
Okay, so it's down to minus 123. And look, the Cardinals get a lot of play because, hey, they're the Cardinals, and they really do have fans everywhere. And you got Waka starting for the Cardinals, who hasn't pitched yet. Cardinals are 1-2 against a 4-0 Cincinnati team that is exactly as I stated. And you know me, man. I don't want to sound egotistical or anything, but guys, did I not call Billy Hamilton? Did I not call Votto coming back and just absolutely burning these guys? My man Billy Hamilton right now, and this won't hold up, he is on pace for 283 and a half stolen bases. Guys, Ricky Henderson in his stolen base record-breaking year had 130. This dude's got 7 through 4 games just driving the offense like it's his own Rolls Royce.
Unbelievable.
Someone pay that man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm also on Cincinnati minus 1.5 at plus 167.
I got plus 185 here, dude. If you shop that.
Yeah, you can get that. Like I said, dude, I had to do all my homework last night during that crazy Yankee-Sox game. I got the lines I could last night. Some are better, some are worse. Like I said, that over-under in the Yankee-Sox game dropped a half run. That went up a little bit. But, guys, this is why Waka, is decent. I think a lot of people think he's overrated. I think the Cardinals' offense is overrated. And, dude, it's Cueto at home. The dude's just a beast. I don't expect him to give up more than a run. I just every time he goes out there, I'm like, he might give up a run.
I might go no score first inning on that and take Cincinnati maybe first 5. I kind of like that.
I know a lot of you guys love this no score first inning stuff.
Son, I plugged it with Harvey the other day.
No, well, it's Harvey, dude. But here's the thing.
Exactly. That's why I did it. Well, I didn't play it. I plugged it. Yeah.
What concerns me is Waka more than anything, and. Look, I just, coming off of last year, he started 19 games. He only pitched like 107 innings in those 19 games. He strikes out just under, I think, like 0.7 guys an inning. I'm just not sold on him, and I love that Reds offense. They're so versatile. They can beat you in so many different ways. I look at this game, something like where they could win it, 6-2, 6-3. Maybe the bullpen comes in and gives up a couple runs for Cincinnati, but that bullpen's also really good too. I don't even expect that. I can see this being a shutout for Cincinnati and them winning 3-0.
Yes,
but all over them.
All right, cool deal. Let's move on to the next one, Dan, because we got a lot of games here. We got. I definitely want to get into my NBAs as well. So let's take a look at Minnesota at the Chicago White Sox. The White Sox are favored minus 161. You can get the Twins plus 159. I'm looking at all these from SportsBettersTV.com, guys. All the best lines we could find. Under over 8.5, Dan. Who do you got pitching, and what's your thoughts?
So we got Samardzija for the Sox and Pelfrey for the Twinkies. Here's the thing, guys. I said this yesterday after, I mistakenly took the Chicago White Sox. That's my bad. This team is a bad baseball team. I said it in our pre-MLB show. Everybody was hyping their offense. I thought the offense would be decent. They'd have some power. They'd have some speed. It has been terrible. And, when you get swept and then you go into a game against Minnesota, a team that might be one of the worst teams in the division, not the division, but the whole league, guys, that just says something to me that really is unbelievable. So the play I'm on here actually is the under. And look, Samardzija got blown up in his first start. Absolutely manhandled, right? I mean, I think he gave up. He has a 7.5 ERA after that start. And I've seen Pelfrey pitch, Mr. Yips himself. But, so I'm on the under, and I'm also going to ride the Twins money line here, plus 165.
Okay.
I think Samardzija is not as good as people think. I think Pelfrey's a little better than people think. And hey, Chicago might get shut out again. Their offense sucks.
Wow, dude. Very interesting, Dan. Moving on to the next. So, do you ever say any of these games are nasty and you stay away?
I do stay away from a few games. But sometimes the games I stay away from, and you'll see by the end of the year, kid, we'll probably have 2,000 or 3,000 MLB plays that we put out.
All right.
It's just that crazy. But no, the games I stay away from are when the juice doesn't make sense.
Got it.
If I, things like that. But then again, if I can parlay it like a 2-teamer and get some plus money, then I might still play it anyway.
Well, if you got Kershaw minus 230 or something like that, you parlay with it.
Right.
I get
we'll
it.
go into that today because we got a situation like that.
Okay. We got Seattle at Oakland. Oakland minus 138 with an under over of 7. Just to rewind, Dan, I'm feeling my boy Cueto today. For Cincinnati Reds as well. Okay. So Seattle, Oakland, Oakland minus 138 with an under over of 7. Who's pitching?
So we have J.A. Happ is going for Seattle against the impeccable Sonny Gray for Oakland.
Oh, okay.
Man, I love, hey, I was on Seattle last night because I thought that was a game that Seattle really needed. They needed to go on the road, and I hate to say needed this early in the season, but, Sonny Gray is a beast. He's 1-0, no ERA, he didn't give up a run, barely gave up a few hits in his last outing. Dude just is on fire, and I expect him to stay that way. So I'm actually rolling Oakland here. And the other thing for that, too, is J.A. Happ is a straight bum. I don't care what anybody says. I watched him throw for the Phillies. When he's on, he's decent, but I don't think he'll be on. So Oakland has some heavy juice. I got it at minus 155. So I rolled that into a money line parlay with the Dodgers, and you can get that parlay at plus 130 something.
Yeah.
Not bad. That's my play with that. And we'll get into the Dodgers. We can even, if you want to skip ahead and do it next so I can tell you what I'm thinking.
I just had to get some good beats going on here, kid. All right.
Damn.
They have these little intros where I got to kind of fade it out a little bit. And, Dan, I got to be honest with you, dude. I kind of like the weekend baseball breakdown because I could actually, I could just say the game and fall back, sit back on my chair, put my feet up, and actually eat breakfast while you're doing that.
Hey, rest those vocal cords. You got 6 other day a week where you
oh, man. So you want to jump right into the Dodger game?
Into the Dodger game because, it's not going to be a long breakdown, guys. Here's the bottom line. It's Clayton Kershaw. I know that money line is pretty heavy. I know Sports Bettors TV is showing it at minus 234 right now.
Yep.
Which is just what you were saying. I was able to get it in with that parlay at minus 220. So I parlayed the Athletics with Sonny Gray, with Kershaw. Dude, when you got two guys that are looking as good as they are, not only that, but they're playing the Diamondbacks. And look, the Mariners are a good team. Don't get me wrong. That game is the more concerning game. But like I said, I think Sonny Gray, the pitching matchup is such a mismatch in that game that I like it a lot. And then, with the Dodgers, like I said, Kershaw, I'm not going to take that game at minus 234. It's just not going to happen. So,
why not? I don't mind doing that.
Too heavy juice, man. Too heavy juice. It's baseball, baby. It's baseball. Look, it can happen, but I would rather risk my same money rolling the Dodgers with the Athletics than I would rolling each of those teams individually.
All right, good.
That's just me. Look, if you want to get on some heavy juice, I know Kershaw will pay you off. I mean, look, you're talking about a guy that could go, 21-3, 20-2, some crazy thing like that. So, if he does that, obviously you get paid off, but you're going to see some crazy, minus 280s later in the year as well.
I like him at home with the juice. I don't know so much on the road, but we'll take a look at it.
Too. And, look, every great pitcher is still, look, they won't give up hit after hit, but anybody can get hit by the home run ball, and Arizona is a ballpark where you can hit home runs. And those guys are a boomer bust lineup, so, you don't want to get into something on the road at minus 220, minus 230, where, God forbid, he walks someone, gives up a 2-run homer, and, the Dodgers offense decides to take a nap because Kershaw's on the mound, which is the other thing you got to look out for, guys. A lot of times these really dominant aces do not get a lot of run support, so it's something we got to watch over the course of the season.
All right, taking a look at this. Let's move on because we got like 8 more games.
Yep.
All right.
We'll
we got Tampa Biscuit coming into Miami. Miami is Tampa Biscuit is minus 106, under over 7. Who's pitching, dude? And what's a quick breakdown of that one?
Yeah, so Tampa Bay, we got Archer, and then for the Marlins we have Cozart, which everybody knows about Cozart. I'm all over Tampa Bay here at minus 110. They showed me something. They were down, even though they lost that game 10-9. At one point, they were down either 8-0 or 8-1. They put together a 7-run inning, came back. I like Archer today better than Cozart. I think Cozart's probably still got some stuff weighing on his mind, which is never good for a pitcher. And he's not that good to begin with, guys. Let's just face it. I think Tampa Bay gets the win here. I like it at minus 110.
All right. Big ups to everybody that's in the Fake Fam #1 little group here on Twitter. It's actually pretty badass. These guys are at it, 24 hours a day. And happy birthday to my man P for Prez that's on there, dude. Happy birthday, brother. Hope you have a really good day out there. All right, so the next one I got on a ticket, my man, is the Detroit Tigers coming into the Cleveland Indians. Now, this one's pretty much even money all across the board. Detroit minus 106 with an under over 6.5. Who's pitching there, Dan?
All right, so we have a great matchup today, guys. We got Price for Detroit at 1-0. Again, didn't give up a run. And we got Kluber, 0-1 with a 2.45 ERA. The only 2 runs were let up by the bullpen, but he let those guys on base, so the runs still count for him. Look, I'm not a huge Kluber guy. I've talked with the Queen about this a little bit, and she's like shocked. She's like, "Oh, but he's so great." I'm like, no, he is very good, but I just can't see him being as good as his Cy Young season last year. I mean, the couple years before he had a 5.85 ERA. The year before that he had like a 3.89. I gotta see a couple months this season of him being dominant before I really buy in. It's hard for me, and it doesn't meet the eye test. And I love David Price. I think Detroit finds a way to get it done today. I think they beat Cleveland. David Price gets the win. So I'm actually all over that.
All right. Big ups to the beautiful Queen of Odds and Total Sports Edge that is out there on Twitter today, along with C. Rodriguez Jr. What is up? All right. So the next one I got on a ticket, my brother, is the Washington Nasties playing at the Philadelphia Phillies. And Washington Nasties are minus 120 with an under over of 6.5. Dude, you know what? I know you said Philly's going to be awful, but my boy Harang came through the other night.
Yeah, Harangue. I mean, it's so funny to me, man. Good old Mr. Aaron Harangue. I mean, I don't know what the hell is going on with the Washington Nationals. You know me, I called that under 94 because I thought their offense would be not that good, and especially, having the early injuries to Wirth and Span and Rendon are a big deal. But here's the thing, this offense is so bad that I'm starting to wonder if it will click all year. Even with, if you'd say Wirth comes back in a week, and Span comes back in 10 days or 2 weeks, how much of a hole are these guys going to put themselves in? I mean, that pitching is so good, but it doesn't matter if you can't score a run. That offense is putrid. They can't hit at all, and they have some guys. They have a leadoff hitter still. They have Zimmerman still out there. They don't have a bunch of bums. They should be scoring more runs than they are, even with the injuries. It's no excuse. I'm staying away from this game completely.
Wow. You're staying away from an MLB game?
Staying away from
Whoa.
it. No.
Whoa.
I know. I mean, here's the thing.
Whoa.
I think the Phillies are a trash heap team. They are a trash heap team. You will see them. The Phillies are a team that'll lose 10 games in a row this year at one point, maybe twice. But the Nationals just right now make me want to puke when I watch them, so I'm not even going to bother.
Wow, you had them going all the way, dude, so I'm interested to see how it goes.
And, the thing is, if you look at that pitching, it is unbelievably dominant. And my thing with them going all the way, I'm looking at the long term, and my long term on them is that their offense was going to be decent, but it would come back and be fine.
Okay.
Especially with, the guys that were injured coming back. I'm just getting a little worried that it won't be that good. I mean, like I said, I really battled between the Nationals and the Reds, and I just felt the Reds were a little out there, or might not have all the pieces, and I was concerned that, they might make some trades. Look, I'm not going to bat. I made the play that I made the play, but of course that's why I take a number of futures. Man, I don't know. I got to see what happens. It's still really early in the season, but the offense does look putrid right now.
All right, next one we got on the ticket. We got the Toronto Blue Jays playing at the Baltimore Orioles, and the line is anywhere from minus 112, with Baltimore being a favorite. Toronto plus 107 is the best you can get. Under over 8 to 8.5. So if you're playing a total, make sure you shop that, guys. Dan, you know what? I've been experimenting with the live lines with MLB, dude. How awesome! How much how can I put this? How much easier is it to live lines with MLB versus basketball?
Oh,
dude, it's like basketball is like 100 miles an hour, right? And I'm trying to get my live lines in, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, boom, 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 8-0 run, 7-1 run. Then the other team goes on a 6-0 run. It fluctuates all over the place, dude. Baseball being so slow, bro, it's like, oh man, it's like, I just lick my chops when I see it. You know what I'm saying? So I love it.
I like especially when you start getting trends, seasonal trends. Like, you'll have a team that they win a lot of comeback games, right? So you can get them when they're down a run in like the 6th inning, and they'll be like, plus 160, and you can pop on that knowing your trends. So guys, we'll keep abreast of all that during the season. But Toronto, Baltimore, we have Sanchez versus Jimenez. Sanchez for Toronto, Ubaldo Jimenez for Baltimore. None of these guys have started a game yet, but oh boy, has Toronto started this season off right. Those guys, I knew that offense was going to be good. I think that offense might have the best 1 to 6 in baseball. The addition of Russell Martin, Encarnacion looks like he's just continuing where he left off last year. Bautista's starting to hit up. They have chemistry. They have young, good pitching. The bullpen looks pretty good. I feel still very secure in that NL East. Even this early, they look miles ahead of the Yankees. They look miles ahead of Tampa Bay. They look better than Baltimore. Look, I fully expect them to come out and win the game again today. But Baltimore is a feisty team, so therefore I'm actually going to stay off this game.
Wow, dude, I can't believe you got 2 games you're staying off of. Big ups to my man, Crush the Bookie out there, by the way, that's put out our show to retweet it, dude. Thank you so much, man. We always appreciate you tearing it up out there, by the way.
Big ups on the loyalty and support.
Yes, he's got a 9-2 week so far, my man over there.
Nice.
Let's see, Man versus Spreads is out there. Let's see who else. I got Sir Mata. Let's see. Rocking and rolling, man. People out all over the place today, kid.
All over the place. I appreciate the love. Everybody that loves baseball, I love you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I got Pittsburgh at the Milwaukee Brew Crew. Listen, I put out a big warning yesterday about people that want to, chase these teams. Dude, if you've been chasing the Brew Crew like the first 4 games, you are out of money at this point because they've been favored every time. So with the whole chase system, you guys got to fall back from that because, listen, I'm telling you, I've been doing this over 20 years, man. It doesn't work in baseball. You will lose your bankroll chasing these teams. Dude, they can go lose their first 9 games, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, don't do it.
It's not unheard of. And here's the thing. What people don't understand about the Brewers, guys, look at the trends on the Brewers. They're pretty much the same team they've been for a long time. The Brewers are notorious for going through huge losing streaks and then huge winning streaks. They are a team where you ride the streak one way or the other. Baseball is like that. You don't want to, I get a lot of cats telling me about, they got to win at some point. That some point could be 9 games from now.
Yeah, right,
You know
exactly.
what I mean? Come on, guys. I hear what you're saying, but I love Pittsburgh today. I think Pittsburgh, they got swept in that opening series. Milwaukee is playing terribly. Vance Worley is a very, very interesting case right here. The PECOTA projections, which for those of you guys who don't know, you can go look it up, have him having a much worse year than last year. They have him projected at 9-9 with like a 4.1 ERA. Last year, he was like 8-4 with a 2.85 ERA. I expect him to be somewhere in the middle of that, but I like him today. I think the Brewers, I think this is one of these years they'll start off with an 8-9 game losing streak. So I'm going to start riding that streak today. Pittsburgh's 1-3. They need this win again. It's still a division game. Pittsburgh goes to 2-3. They win the game today.
All right. Yeah, let's keep it moving. We got 5 more games to go, and then we'll jump right into the NBAs. We got the New York Mets at the Atlanta Braves. Atlanta Braves minus 117 with an under over 6.5.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay away from this game. Tehran has pitched very well. I'm not, and look, I don't bet against my Mets. If I see a value there, I'll bet with them. But I think that the offense today should hopefully bounce back and score some runs. But I'm just not going to touch it.
Damn, I apologize about my voice there, man. I got I have hot air heating in here. I think it kind of messes me up a little bit. But next one we got on the ticket, we got the Houston Astros at the Texas Rangers. Texas Rangers minus 120 with an under over of 8.5. Who do you got pitching, Dan? And what's a quick breakdown of that?
Yeah, so we got Hernandez against Gallardo. This game is crazy. I mean, I'm just staying away from it. You had Gallardo who came out and got absolutely shelled in his first start. Now you got Roberto Hernandez, 94 years old or whatever, coming out for Houston. This game could really go either way. I'm going to look at the over, but I think it might be like 9 or something. I got to look at what that is. 8.5 now, 8.5. So I might look at the over, but I'd stay away from that game.
All right, next one I got on the ticket. Well, let's just see real quick. I got Rafael Moda out there. My boy Sean is giving out the Boston money line today. I got Direct Sports Solutions saying
it's not a bad play.
All right, Direct Sports Solutions is saying the Texas starter is 13-3 against the Astros. Very interesting. Got my man Emser out there.
A different team, guys.
Yeah, how's my boy Altuve doing over there?
I mean, they're a very boomer bust team right now, and they're hey, it's early. I think that they're young and they'll all hit their stride. But the Astros were a really, really terrible team for a couple of years. I mean, they lost to everybody. So you got to see what's going on. But the pitching matchup is so bad, guys. I mean, ride it if you want. I'm staying away.
All right, so Dan is staying away from a number of games today, which is very shocking to me. I got to be honest with you. All right, because you got the ultimate junkie stripe through you. Next one we got on the ticket, we got the Chicago Cubs coming into the Colorado Rockies, coming into Coors Field. The line is Colorado pretty much minus 106. It's almost even money here. Under over anywhere from 10 to 10.5. So make sure you shop that. Balls fly out of the park over there. Did the total go over or under last night, Dan?
I don't tend to play Coors Field's games, and I actually do not remember what happened with that one because I was not playing it.
Yeah,
no,
guys.
It was under. It was 5-1, and I know I had a lot of people hit me up. Guys, this is another one. I stay, and you got Kendrick starting for Colorado, who's 1-0, had a great first start out there. And then you have Hamill for the Cubs. I don't touch Coors Field games for the most part, guys. I really don't do it. I always lean Colorado just because they hit so much better in that ballpark, and that offense looks really good right now. But I don't touch it. The over-unders are always around 10, sometimes even 11. And that's crazy one way or the other. I mean, because it can happen. I mean, you see a lot of games that are 8-5 in that ballpark, but then you have it last night where it's 5-1, and you're like, wait, what happened?
Yep.
So I just stay away from Coors Field.
All right, cool. Yeah, because you just don't know. I mean, with the air being thin and the balls, the balls flying out of the park, you just don't know what you're going to get there. Next one we got on the ticket, we got the San Francisco Giants at the San Diego Padres, and this one's pretty much even money all across the board with an under over of 6. You must have Bumgarner on the mound.
Oh yeah,
kid. When you got these 6.5 run line or totals, guys, you know you got the ace on the mound.
We got Bumgarner 1-0 with a 1.29 ERA, and then we have him going against James Shields.
Oh,
no decision in his first start with a 3 ERA. Like I said, a lot of people think they watch Shields' performance kind of in the World Series and the playoffs, and it wasn't what everybody expected. Here's the other thing, though, guys. Coming to the National League, and I know the West is a tough division, but San Francisco's offense especially doesn't scare you. I'm staying away from this game as well because I just think both pitchers are good, but it's early, and I think the Padres have the offensive advantage while the Giants have the pitching advantage, so it's just too even for me to go either way here.
Definitely, man. My man Crusher Bookie is sending out a major campaign to help us with the show today. I got 55 to win 50 out there. I got, Moonshine Money, Tommy King. Got my boys from Capper Tech out there sending out our stuff. What's going on, guys? It's a big baseball ticket, and my man, the evil genius of Major League Baseball, has been breaking it down for over a half hour at least. So we haven't even listened.
Real quick, yep. A lot of people are on that Texas team again. I know the 13-3 stat, but also remember, guys, they had a bunch of injuries last night. They lost 2 starting outfielders, including Shin-Soo Choo, who's supposed to be one of their better hitters. So.
Oh, okay, interesting. So, and you know what? I'm going to look at some of these aces and maybe play the first inning no score. I know you hate that, Dan, but we've been pretty successful over here with it.
I do, but I mean, I'm maybe in the Giants Padres game.
That's what I'm saying.
Maybe.
Last one we got on the ticket, we got the K-Sizzle Royals playing at the LA Angels, and the LA Angels are minus 127 with an under over of 7.5. What you got there, dude?
My K-Sizzle Royals, baby. They just have come out and they are just playing world beaters. They're winning games close. They're hitting for power. That defense is as good. I heard, and I wish I could give him credit because it's the first guy on MLB TV that's made sense to me in a long time. But Kansas City has come out. They're like Rocky and Rocky 2, He got beat. He's all pissed off that he got beat. He's got unfinished business to take care of. And they're coming out just murdering cats, in all different ways. They've looked so good. And then today, look, I know you got Guthrie on the mound versus Weaver. It looks like a little bit of a pitching mismatch, but I actually think that Guthrie will have a pretty good year this year. I do not agree with the Pacoda projections. And Weaver did get kind of shelled in his first start. He gave up 8 hits, 4 earned. He only struck out 1 at Seattle. I know he's home now. I think Kansas City keeps getting it done, and look, at plus 135, I can't not take them.
Interesting. All right, man. Well, that breaks down the MLBs, dude. So, Dan, excellent job with that, dude. You really know your stuff.
Thanks, sir.
No problem.
And I will post all this to the website. For those of you who are looking for it, go to sportsbetterstv.com. On the homepage, you'll see Dr. Dan's clinic. Plays from every day. I update it every day, and days that I'm not on the air because, hey, if I'm talking about it, I'm not writing about it too, guys. So I'll break down all the plays the days I'm not on the air.
Big ups to Vegas Girl 92661, and my name is my name. What's going on, Playboy? And Sir Mata saying, let's see. The best thing about Dr. Dan and MLB, besides he's the evil genius, is he gets the names right. Yo, the dream crushes the names, dude.
You know, hey, I love my dogs. But good God. Guido. Where's Guido at?
All right, so we're going to shoot over to the NBA and see what we got because I'm kind of feeling myself right now with this. We got the New York Knicks coming into the Orlando Magic. Dude, the Magic giving 11 points to the Knicks under over 192.5.
You're getting involved with that garbage?
Dude, Orlando got no business giving anybody 11 points. I don't care if it's the Knicks. I don't care if you got Louisville coming in there. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I hear you.
I don't think they have any business giving anybody 11 points. So you know what? I'm going to stay away from that game. I'm taking a look at it. I know Orlando's playing a little bit better as of late. They did just beat the Bulls, surprisingly. But the New York Knicks, you already know what they're doing, man. But they are 4-1 against the spread in the last 5 games. So you got to take account of that. But they're 1-5 against the spread in the last 6 on the road. Orlando surprisingly 4-1 against the spread in the last 5 games, 2-4 against the spread in the last 6 games at home. So that basically just when you're feeling one side, you look at the trend on the other side, and it just kind of makes you not feel so good. You know what, people out there?
The Knicks are in full tank mode, brother.
Yeah, they are. But they had a, I watched a couple of games where they showed some heart, believe it or not. They're basically at the bottom here. I mean, rocking a 15-64 record, dude. So I mean, they're gonna, they're definitely gonna get some ping pong balls there in the lottery there, and we'll see what happens with that, brother. But I am not gonna play this game if Orlando was maybe a -8. 7, I would do a money line parlay with them, but there's just no value here, dude. So I'm going to stay away from that. Next one we got on the ticket, we got the Toronto Raptors coming into the Miami Heat. Now, Miami Heat is really working hard to make the playoffs. Toronto's already in. Toronto really has nothing to play for, but tough scenario for me here personally. Taking a look at it, I just like to see. I don't know who's sitting for Toronto, if anybody. I know Amir Johnson is on day-to-day, their forward, and Terrence Ross, their guard, is a day-to-day as well. So they may be sitting these guys. Miami is pretty much, Wade is going to be at the helm. They're trying to do their thing here. Toronto's superior in most categories, but I think this is a nasty game. Miami should get the win, but that's what I thought the other night against the Bulls, and they were actually up 19 at the half and lost the game by double digits, kid. So Miami, dude, I can't rep Miami, guys. I'm sorry. I just can't do it to you. I would not do that. So let me move on to the next one to see what I got. I got the Philadelphia 76ers coming into the Chicago Bulls. The Chicago Bulls are minus 13.5. Under over 191. Dude, wow. I know it's the Sixers. I don't think the Bulls have any business giving 13.5. But the Bulls have not blown out anybody. And they just came off the loss to Orlando. You know what? I would be an idiot to plug the Bulls. But I'd be probably a bigger idiot to plug the Sixers on the road. So, guys, I wish I had more stuff for you with those first 3 games, but I don't. You know what I mean? Sometimes the best play you make is the one you never play. Philadelphia is 18-61. Feel free to chime in on any of these games, by the way.
Yeah, you know me, man. You've been NBA Magic. I don't want to bring you down, brother.
I want to call it magic. I mean, over the last 14 days, it's been pretty good. But I did, plug a couple of losers with my boy and Brooklyn. But Brooklyn, came back and did their thing. Which, speaking of my boy, guys, like I said, you're getting 30 to 80% effort right now. Don't expect them to be given any kind of full effort, going forward until the playoffs at least.
Right.
Philadelphia rocking a 7-game losing streak, 1-4 against the spread in the last 5, and 0-7 straight up, obviously, in the last 7 games. Chicago is 4-1 against the spread in the last 5 games at home. That's very interesting because I did not see that coming. 13.5. Watch them win by 13. You know what I'm saying? They'll probably do that. And don't be surprised if Philadelphia, plays a little bit with some heart here. Going down to the next one. Let me see what I got. But I am staying far, far away from that. You got the LA Clippers playing the Memphis Grizzlies. Dude, that West is crazy knotted up right now. The Spurs are vying for that number 2 seed, bro.
I know. They just jumped from the 6th seed to the 3 seed last night and looked real good. Hey, that was a heart attack game. I still can't believe. Duncan just coming up and saving that. Saving the game from going to overtime.
I know.
And with the Spurs, you never want to go to overtime because they're a bunch of grizzled old men. But
yes.
I don't know, man. They just Pop is magic.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I know. He's and they're going to be a pain in the ass in the playoffs. Let me just tell you about that. Going to the next one here, guys. Dude, listen. I'm not going to give out crap, and I'm not going to give out. I'm not going to just play games to play them. I mean, if I don't see something I like, I'm not even going to talk about it. So, going to the next one here. Let's see. We got, like I said, the Memphis Grizzlies, LA Clips given 8. Now, the Grizzlies have been faltering. Okay, they've been really, really bad. I mean, they just got by the Utah Jazz. They're on a little road. They've been on the road for a little bit here. Going to this, let me just take a look at the preview and see what the Grizzlies have done. They are 4-1 in the last 5 games, so I got to give them that. But against the spread on the road, dude, 2-5 against the spread in the last 7 on the road. LA Clips 4-4. Winners of 4 straight games, 6-2 against the spread in the last 8, but they're 1-5 against the spread in the last 6 games at home. I think you're okay getting the Clippers on a money line situation here. Maybe you could pair it up with Kershaw, Dan.
Yeah. I know. So, that seems like it'd be the play. If you want to do that, why not?
I like it. I like it. Especially that they're 2 totally different times. So if you have to hedge out of it, you can. So that might be what I'd be looking at. But I want to look at the next games coming up, guys, and see if I have any other value-oriented games. So I have to make a decision whether I'm going to take the Clippers or this next team. So I got the Utah Jazz coming at Portland tonight. They're coming into Portland. Portland, a minus 6.5 point favorite with an over 185.5 to 186. Dude, I love what Portland does at home. I know the Jazz are pesky as hell, but I know Portland is better than them. And I think Portland wins this game tonight. So I have to make a decision. I mean, do I want to bet against the Grizzlies or do I want to bet against the Jazz? And I have to really dissect this, guys. I'm not going to put it out right now. It's going to be one or the other, and I think I'm going to parlay that with Kershaw for the Dodgers. So I'll take a look at it because Utah is 5-1-1 against spread in the last 7 games and 5-2 straight up in the last 7, where Portland has a lot to play for. They have a lot to play for, man. Everybody in the West from that 6 seed to 2 seed, dude, they all have stuff to play for here, man. So it's all seeding at this point. And, Portland, you got all the home fans, paying tickets to come and see them. Looking at it, they're 7-3 straight up in the last 10 games. But when you look at them at home, kid, 9-2 straight up in the last 11 games at home. I think I got to go Portland and Kershaw. I think that's what I'm going to do. And maybe I don't want to put the Clips in. I mean, if you put the Clips in as a 3-teamer, it's going to pay dope. But I don't want to be greedy. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Or I may just do the 2 basketball games. I don't know yet for sure, guys. But I will. I'll definitely let you guys know about that. Last one we got on a ticket is, let me just switch this up here. Oh, yeah, a little 50 going on, kid. All right, next one, dude. Whoa, look at this. The Minnesota Timberwolves coming into the Golden State Warriors. You got one of the worst teams versus one of the best teams. Pretty much the best team with the best record in the NBA.
Exactly.
Minnesota is getting 19 to 19 and a half points. Wow. Now, Minnesota's very banged up. They have, like, all nobodies in there right now. I mean, if you watch them versus Lake Show, which I know a lot of you guys had Lake Show last night tailing us. I mean, if you look at their injury report, dude, we say this day in and day out. It's crazy, okay, for Minnesota. But Golden State has nothing to play for either. Don't be surprised if Golden State starts sitting a lot of people. I would put money on that they're going to sit some people. Taking a look at it, I mean, when you look at Minnesota's injury report, dude, it's absolutely outrageous. You got 3 forwards out, 3 guards out, and a center out. Nuts, dude. Nuts.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy, man. I don't know. Like, when you have a team that's got everything, if they're up,
it's all wrapped up, bro.
It's all wrapped up.
It's all wrapped up, and I got to be honest with you. The last time these two teams played each other was exactly 2 months ago. Golden State won by 3 points with everybody. Just saying.
Yeah.
Just saying. 19 and a half points is kind of. It's kind of hard to overlook. I gotta be honest with you, dude. I don't want to say I'm taking the T-Wolves guys, but you know what? It makes sense. It makes sense for, a half-unit player or something like that, just to mess with them. Or maybe tease it up to like 26 and a half, you know what I mean?
Right.
I don't know, Dan. I don't know. Maybe your boy might get a little froggy here and be a little junky-ish.
Why not? Why not? It's Saturday, and it's beautiful for one, so why not?
Definitely, guys. Definitely. So, all right. So, that does it for that. That's the NBA. So, I like the Clippers. I like Portland. I like Portland better than the Clippers, and I think Portland would be, on a money line. You know what I mean? I think I would team them up with somebody else. I think I may do. It's 3 games that I like on a money line. The LA Dodgers, but they're on the road, so it kind of makes me a little nervous. Portland and the LA Clips. So those are the 3 games that I'm feeling. I just don't know. I may mix and match them. I may play them all straight on a money line. You guys call me crazy and there's no value there or whatever, but I may do it. We'll see where it lands, Dan.
Nothing wrong with that.
No. All right, so, guys, listen. We baseballed you to death. You got some NBAs here. NHL, I am going to go out on a limb. I'm just going to basically just talk about the matchups today. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to refer you outside of the family to, First Lady to Fake Fam, Total Sports Edge, Hockey Immortal, all our people out there. My man John Anthony is out there as well. And you got the Dream. So I may play a total in the Arizona game if Arizona's even playing. Let me just take a look. They're playing the Ducks, but the Ducks have a pretty high-powered offense, so I don't know if I'm going to mess with that under today.
Did the Ducks lock up the number 1 in the West yet?
I don't know. Too? Can you take a look at that for me while I'm reading through these? It's kind of tough, man. Like when you put in NHL playoff standings, it's kind of tough sometimes. They kind of make it a little difficult for you to research. But taking a look at this just real quick of what the lines are and all that, guys. I'm just going to announce what the favorite lines are. So you got Ottawa at Philadelphia. Ottawa's minus 145, under over 5. You got the Rangers coming into Washington. Washington minus 150 with an under over 5. Now, the Rangers are probably sitting everybody. So just take a look at that and go from there. Let me just figure out what I'm going to do as far as a new track while I'm doing this. I got a little Girls Ain't Loyal thing going, popping. I got Minnesota Wild at the St. Louis Blues. The Blues are minus 155 with an under over 5. I love these totals are all 5s today. Calgary at Winnipeg. Winnipeg minus 135. What do you got?
So there is actually right now, and again, reach out to the hockey guys, but right now there is a tie for the Western Conference number 1 seed between St. Louis and Anaheim. They both have 107 points. That's ridiculous. It looks like the Rangers have locked up the President's Trophy already with 111 points, but that number 1 seed is still yet to be determined out west. So for whatever that means to you guys, look into it.
All right, sounds good. Guys, if you could retweet our show, we would appreciate it. It's the tweet from Sports Bettors TV that says, retweet and listen now, Sports Betting Live. All right, so going through these just to finish these up, brother. Like I said, I think I said the Calgary game. We got San Jose Sharks coming into the Kings. The Kings minus 133 with an under over a 5. The Kings are still trying to get in, but I think they're too busy polishing.
They're eliminated.
Oh, they're gone, huh?
They're gone.
Oh,
they were gone.
They you know what? They played me against Edmonton the other night, man. So I'm pretty pissed off at them. You got the Pittsburgh Penguins coming into Buffalo minus 370 juice. Does Pittsburgh's gone too, right?
Is Pittsburgh outwardly eliminated?
I'm pretty sure they are
right now. Yeah. No. Pittsburgh is still looking at one of the wild cards. So right now locked, you have Montreal, Tampa Bay, Detroit, Rangers, Washington, and the Isles are all locked in. And it looks like Ottawa has 97 points. Pittsburgh has 96 points. Boston has 95 points, sitting at the 9 seed right now. Well, the 9th position. So if they win and Ottawa loses, well, if Pittsburgh loses, they'll be out if Boston wins. Pittsburgh still has a shot. They have to win today. Boston and Pittsburgh and Ottawa all have to win. And I'm not sure who's playing who. So I'd have to look at that.
All right, guys. And, I'm saying, what was nice is when you were doing the MLB breakdowns, I'm saying? I'm sitting here and I'm – so I'm going to be a little dusty on the replies, guys. Sorry about that. All right, so Pittsburgh minus 370 juice. I don't like that game. Columbus at the New York Islanders. The Islanders are minus 147. I think the Islanders really need a win, to be honest with you. So that might be something to take a look at with an under over 5.5. The Red Wings at the Hurricanes, pretty much even money with an under over 5. You got the Montreal Canadiens at the Toronto Maple Leafs. Montreal minus 182 with an under over 5. The Devils at Florida. The Florida is minus. God.
Real quick, the only thing I want to say is, remember, these are the last games of the season. So if you're already clinched and you can't, possibly move your seed, do anything better, you're resting your guys.
Of course, especially in hockey.
Of course. Those guys get banged around every night. So, just do your research. Make sure that you know what your starting lineups are. Starting goaltender. You might see a third-string goaltender come out today.
I know. That's why it's very volatile right now. So you got to really see, which teams are really hungry that have to win to keep in. You know what I'm saying? So we'll go from there. Boston Bruins at the Tampa Biscuit Lightning. Tampa Bay is minus 150. Dream really likes this Tampa Bay team.
I know he does, and I think they're going to get to the. I told Dream, I think they get to the conference finals against the Rangers.
How about a little Foo Fighters, Dan? All right. Yes, definitely. Minnesota Wild at the St. Louis Blues. The St. Louis Blues minus 158 with an under over 5. Guys, I think you'll really be forcing it if you're trying to, gauge this stuff. To be honest with you, when you got teams that are in the playoffs versus teams in the playoffs. I think you're really forcing it. You're going to have to find the teams that really need to get in and, give max effort here. Nashville Predators at the Dallas Stars. Dallas minus 127 with an under over 5.5. Anaheim Ducks at the Arizona Coyotes. Anaheim minus 240 with an under over 5.5. Chicago Blackhawks at the Colorado Avalanche. The Blackhawks are minus 135 with an under over of 5. And Edmonton Oilers at the Vancouver Canucks. The Canucks are minus 270 with an under over 5.5. What's up with Vancouver, dude? Why are they giving that kind of juice? I know Edmonton stinks. Man. What's their seeding and all that?
Vancouver is locked right now into. They're locked in. Looks like the 6th seed. Oh, okay. No. Yeah, I don't know, because they're going to win. It's real. Guys, I know like Minnesota has more points than Vancouver right now by 1, but the whole West is already locked in. I know that all that can happen is certain seedings can change. Everybody's locked into the playoffs already for the West, so there's nothing to play for today.
All right, sounds good, man. Sounds good. So that's going to do it, guys, for our show today. That's pretty much it. We covered the NBA, we covered the NHL, we covered the MLBs like crazy. So,
thanks, sir.
All right, so Dan, what we're going to do right now is we're going to close this thing out, man. I'd like to hear all your stuff is going to be on the website.
Yep, it's being posted right now. You should be able to go there and actually find it right now.
All right, sounds good, guys. So Dan's been working in the lab. The evil genius is rocking and rolling, guys. I am feeling the LA Clippers. I am feeling the Portland Trailblazers. I think I like the Portland Trailblazers better than I like the Clips because Memphis. Even though they're faltering, they are pretty much a good team. So I think they're better than the Jazz. I think the Jazz are going to give us a little bit of a hard time, but at the end of the day, I think Portland goes wild. And I may touch the LA Dodgers with Kershaw. So that's pretty much what I'm looking at right now, guys. Sports Bettors TV and sportsbettorstv.com. Dan, you got anything to plug?
Yeah, hey, everybody out there, I'm loving that we're getting hits to the website. For those of you guys, for whatever reason you can't get to the website, I'm just going to throw out all the MLB plays I have for today real quick. We got the Tiger, and this is what I locked them in at, so if you can find better value, please do. Tigers minus 120, Kansas City plus 135, Twins plus 165, the Buccos minus 110, the Reds minus 130, the Reds minus on the run line minus 1.5 plus 165. The A's on the run line minus 1.5 plus 145. Tampa Biscuit minus 110. And then we got 2 unders. The Twins White Sox under and the Red Sox Yankees under. And then we are parlaying a few games today, guys. We're parlaying the under. We're going to do an under parlay on the Twins and the Sox. We're going to do a couple run line parlays. Find it all. SportsBettorsTV.com. Come to Dr. Dan's clinic. Get yourself feeling right.
Oh, definitely, man. I forgot about my boy Cueto, too.
Oh, dude, I'm telling you.
Forgot about him.
Cueto, Kershaw. One of the things I'm doing, which is a little crazy, I did post it, but is a Cueto, Kershaw run line parlay.
Ooh, interesting.
A run line parlay. And if you even throw, and this is a little crazy, guys, but if you throw the Athletics in there on a run line parlay, you're looking at a possible, 10.1 to 1 return.
Damn. How about you buy them all down to 1, so this way you don't lose if one of them wins by a run.
And yeah, you could do that if your book allows it. I know a lot of people's books do not allow that. But hey, man, if you can get that Cueto, Kershaw parlay right now, you're looking at, depending where you get, plus 164.
And that's just a money line.
That's a money line.
So run line must pay crazy.
Run line will pay you, because what's crazy is Kershaw's so good, he's got the run line still at minus 140. So, it pays out 3.6 to 1.
Not bad.
363.
Not bad at all, guys. I just hate, giving a 1.5 and then, they win by a run. You know what I'm saying? So I hate that.
I don't think you got to worry about that tonight.
And you're getting, and you have an away team with Kershaw, so you get, you get all of the, you get all the at-bats there.
Oh, yeah.
You're getting all the at-bats. You get all 9. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, guys. All right, we are Sports Bettors TV. We are SportsBettorsTV.com, guys. We are on all the social media outlets out there, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, the whole package, guys. We love you to death. We are off tomorrow, but we back at you on Monday, but we will be on social media tomorrow, plugging our stuff and rocking and rolling and going from there. And as I said, I teamed up with Cap Protect to put my plays out there. Everything is free. You don't got to pay for nothing. And we go from there. So we love you to death. Go out there. Go easy. But get that money. Take care.
Peace.